About 2 o'clock, Blake Holland here in the East Texas newsroom, and we're joined live this afternoon by East Texas Congressman Nathaniel Moran, just about 24 hours after the vote in the U.S. House to remove Kevin McCarthy as the House Speaker. Representative Moran, thanks for being with us.
Blake, thanks for having me today to talk about this very important activity going on in the House.
First question, reaction to what happened in the House yesterday, the ouster of Kevin McCarthy as the House Speaker.
Yeah, I was disappointed in this move by Congressman Gates at this point in time because, you know, we're in the midst of some very important discussions on appropriations, having to deal with this over the next 45 days. We just have 45 days to complete our appropriations process. And in the midst of this was a very bad time to try to disrupt the momentum that we had to pass all 12 of our appropriations bills, something that hasn't been done since the mid-90s.
And Congressman, today we've heard the news of 2 people already throwing their hat in the ring for the speakership. One of them being Jim Jordan, who chairs the Judiciary Committee, which you're a member of. Many of our viewers will remember you brought Congressman Jordan to East Texas for an event earlier this year. When you hear about these 2 people, Representative Steve Scalise, Jim Jordan, are you interested in either of those men becoming the next House Speaker?
Well, I think both of those men would make excellent speakers of the House. Chairman Jordan has done a fabulous job guiding our Judiciary Committee through a lot of tough hearings this year. He's proven that he's a solid conservative and can lead a very difficult issue through committee. But Steve Scalise is somebody that has a lot of history as well, getting things done in Congress and overcoming a whole lot of personal issues along the way. He was, as you recall, one of the members of the House that was shot 7 years ago in baseball practice and has made his way back to be a strong, consistent conservative leader. Kevin Hearn's also somebody that has decided that they want to put their name in the hat as well. He's from Oklahoma, would also make a great speaker. So we have 3 great candidates. We'll see what ferrets out. But again, I want to go back to this point of we're now taking a week or 2 in the process here when we should be dedicated to looking at border security issues, dealing with appropriations issues, rolling back Biden administration policies. And instead of doing that, we're going to have to reshuffle the deck and start from scratch. That means staff is going to change over. That means a lot of delay in what we're trying to accomplish. And frankly, I think it works against the ends that we're trying to accomplish in Congress as a whole. We have a very slim majority, and now is not the time for this shuffle.
And a simple question for a complicated topic, but who loses here?
Well, I think the American people lose, unfortunately, because we had some good momentum towards getting some great reductions in spending passed in our appropriations bills. We had 4 passed already. We had a good calendar set forth to do the rest of them in the next 45 days. We were talking about border security, setting up a commission to deal with long-term spending issues when it comes to those mandatory spending items every year. And so we had some great momentum in place. We had found a way to move forward, even though we have just about a 3-seat majority at this point, and we were able to make those progressions. But now it's all stopped. The train stopped, and we're having to reshuffle everybody's seats and then start that train again. And it's just going to take a little bit more to go. But frankly, I think we cede over a lot of power, a lot of authority, and a lot of strategy to the Democrats at this point, for a lot of leverage to the Democrats at this point, so that they then can push their message forward. And instead, we're focused on infighting. That's not what we need to do. We need to stand united. We need to push back against the liberal left together. But we can't do that when we're divided.
And considering that division among the members of Congress, specifically the Republican Party, is unity possible at this point, in the near future at least?
Unfortunately, I don't know that unity is possible because of what happened yesterday, because of the way it happened, because of the history, really the personal problems between Speaker McCarthy and Matt Gaetz, and really the real reason for this coming up. I think that this is going to divide our conference even more, and you're going to see, even if leadership, whoever that new leadership is, even if they try to urge us to move forward together, I think there's a lot of folks that are digging in on each side of the aisle in the Republican camp. And that cannot be the case, because that's simply going to work against what we're trying to do long term against the Democrats in Congress.
And I'm curious, being someone who came from local government, most recently Smith County judge, before that you sat on Tyler City Council at one point. When you look at local and state and national government, there are certainly differences, but we do see on the local level things at least happening. While there is division at times, things still get done. Do you think we could ever bring that mindset of working together for one common goal. Do you think that could ever be carried to Washington?
Yeah, I would like to think so. But in order for us to do that, and I have hope that that would happen, we've got to put policy ahead of politics and ahead of personalities and ahead of our feelings. We've got to put principle at the forefront of everything that we do. And that's frankly what we do here in East Texas. And that's why we get things done. That's what the message I'm trying to portray when we're talking in conference, talking about being steady, strong, and strategic, being principally minded, being policy focused to get things done, set aside all the other infighting, and to work for the good of the American people.
Congressman, last question. You're a freshman member of the House, but would you ever want to be House Speaker?
Well, right now I'm just focused on doing a good job for Congressional District 1 this first session. We'll see where it goes after that, but I'm there to make a difference. I'm there to lead with integrity for Congressional District 1, let our voice be known, make sure that our principles and our policies get pushed to the forefront. We're working with our Texas delegation to make that happen. What happens in the future, we'll see.
All right, House Rep Nathaniel Moran, representing a large part of East Texas in Congress, including Tyler and Longview. Thank you for stopping by today.
My pleasure. Thanks, Blake.
All right, we'll be right back with more East Texas Now after this break.